Your cat just walked up to you, pressed the side of its face firmly against your leg, and slowly dragged its entire body all the way across you. And you smiled warmly. You probably even said "aw" out loud. Maybe you reached down right away to scratch behind its ears. But here's what nobody ever tells you, what most owners never once paused to consider in all those years living together. You had no idea what just happened. And that changes everything. Because what your cat just did was not random at all. It was not cute filler behavior squeezed neatly between naps. It was not your cat being affectionate in some vague, warm, fuzzy kind of way. It was a deliberate, ancient, deeply biological act. A real message with layers inside it. And if you have lived with a cat for years without learning to read that message, you have been missing an entire conversation happening right in front of you every day. Think about that for just 1 second. Every single day, your cat is communicating with you in ways that go far beyond what most people ever notice or stop to think about. Not through meows, not through tail flicks alone, but through touch, through contact, through the exact pressure and direction and timing of that rub against your leg or your hand. And most people simply pat the cat and move on, never once asking, what did that actually mean right now? And maybe right now you are thinking, does it really even matter? It is just a cat being friendly, right? But here is exactly what I want you to hold on to for the next few minutes. What if that rub carries real information about how your cat sees you, feels about you, and what it actually needs from you right now? Because it truly does. Every single layer of it. All of that meaning is sitting inside that one quiet, seemingly simple little gesture. Here's the part that surprises even longtime cat owners when they first hear it clearly stated. Cats have scent glands in very specific places on their bodies. Their cheeks, their forehead, the corners of their mouth, the base of their tail. And when they rub against something, or someone, they deposit invisible chemical signals called pheromones. Your cat is literally writing on you, leaving a message that only other cats can fully read and understand. Now, before you feel strange about that idea, let me tell you what they are actually writing on you. Because this is honestly where it gets beautiful and a little moving. When a cat rubs its cheek or forehead against you, it releases what researchers call facial pheromones. These are comfort signals, safety signals, the exact same ones a cat releases when it feels completely at ease in a familiar space. You are being filed under one quiet word: home. I want you to sit with that for just a moment before we move forward. Because if you are in your 40s or beyond, you have probably wondered more than once whether your cat truly loves you, or whether cats are simply opportunistic animals who tolerate humans mainly for food and warmth. That thought has crossed your mind at least once. And here is science, quietly and calmly, answering it. That rub says, "You are safe to me. You belong here with me." But here is what makes all of this even more layered and far more fascinating the deeper you look. Not every rub means the same thing. The part of the body your cat uses, the intensity of the contact, the timing, the direction of movement, all of it carries different weight and meaning. A slow, firm forehead press against your chin means something completely different from a quick, light side brush against your ankle as your cat simply walks past. Let me give you something specific and useful right now, something you can start applying today. When a cat leads with its forehead and presses firmly, lingering there against your skin, that is one of the deepest expressions of trust in a cat's entire vocabulary. It is not asking for food. It is not testing anything. It is choosing you, deliberately and intentionally. That gesture has a name in feline behavior research. It is called bunting. Keep that word. We are just getting started here, and already the picture is becoming something most cat owners never get to see clearly. Over the next several minutes, we are going to walk through every type of rub, what each one actually signals, what your cat is quietly asking for, what it reveals about emotional state, and a few things about this behavior that will genuinely and permanently shift the way you see your cat from this day forward, every single day. So let us start with the cheek rub. When your cat presses the side of its face against you, it is using the glands located just behind its whiskers. These glands produce a pheromone blend that is unique to each individual cat. Think of it like a personal signature. When your cat marks you with that signature, it is not claiming ownership the way some people assume. It is doing something far more intimate than that. It is including you in its safe world. Cats are not pack animals the way dogs are. They do not follow a leader or seek approval from a group. So when a cat voluntarily brings you into its inner circle, when it decides that you are part of the small, trusted world it has carefully built around itself, that is not something cats do casually or lightly. That decision, that inclusion, gets expressed through scent, through contact, through that cheek pressed against your skin or your face. Now here is something most people get completely backwards. They assume the cat rubs against them because it wants something. Food, attention, to be let outside. And yes, sometimes there is a practical layer mixed in. Cats are smart and they learn quickly that certain behaviors get results. But the scent marking itself, the actual pheromone deposit, that is not manipulation. That is a completely separate layer of communication running quietly underneath. There is a real difference between a cat that rubs against your legs right before it's feeding time and one that walks all the way across the room just to press its forehead slowly against yours and then walks away. Both involve contact, but only one of them is purely about you. Only one carries no agenda beyond connection itself. Learning to tell those two moments apart is one of the most quietly rewarding things a cat owner can develop over time. Let us talk about the full body rub now. This is when your cat does not just lead with its face, but runs its entire side all the way along your leg, from its shoulder down to the very base of its tail. That tail-end contact at the very finish is not accidental. The glands at the base of the tail produce some of the most potent scent markers a cat carries. Ending the rub right there is like signing a letter. The final, deliberate stamp of belonging. And here's the thing about that tail-base contact that almost nobody talks about. Cats reserve that particular move for individuals they feel deeply comfortable with. Feral cats do it with their closest companions. Mother cats do it with their kittens. When your cat finishes a full-body rub by pressing the base of its tail against you, it is placing you in that same category. Not as an owner, not as a provider, as a companion, as genuine company. Now I want to bring in something that might surprise you if you have had your cat for a long time. The frequency and intensity of rubbing behavior in cats tends to change with age, with environment, and with the emotional state of the animal. A cat that rubs against you more than usual is often telling you something specific. Not always something wrong, but something. A shift in how it is feeling. A need that is slightly louder than normal right now. Sometimes that increase in rubbing happens after a disruption. You came home later than usual. Someone new visited the house. Furniture got moved. The routine shifted. And your cat, who reads its environment through scent constantly, suddenly finds that its carefully marked world smells different, feels uncertain. So it comes back to you. It remarks you. It is essentially rebuilding its sense of security from the one anchor point it trusts most. You. That is worth pausing on for just a moment. When the world feels uncertain to your cat, its instinct is to come find you and press its face against you. Not because you have food, not because you are warm, but because you carry its scent. Because you smell like safety. Because in a world full of shifting signals and unfamiliar smells, you are the one constant that has been marked and remarked as home more times than either of you could ever count. We have covered the cheek rub, the forehead press, and the full body mark. In the next part, we are going to go deeper into what it means when your cat rubs against objects, right after rubbing against you. Why some cats rub strangers immediately, while others never rub anyone but their person, and what this behavior quietly reveals about your cat anxiety levels, confidence, and even its physical health on any given ordinary day. Stay right here with me. You have probably noticed your cat doing something that seems odd at first. It rubs against you, then almost immediately turns and rubs the corner of a wall or a chair leg nearby. A woman named Carol, who had her cat for 11 years, described it like this. He would finish rubbing my ankle and then go straight to the couch like he was continuing something. She was right. He was. What your cat does in that sequence is deliberate and deeply specific. When a cat rubs you and then immediately marks a nearby object, it is creating what researchers call a scent mosaic, layering its own signature across multiple surfaces in the same space. You are one brushstroke. The chair is another. The door frame is another. Together they form a landscape that tells your cat, every time it moves through the room, that this entire space is familiar and safe. And you are the center of that map. Always the center of it. And here is what is quietly remarkable. Your cat is not marking territory in the aggressive sense people usually imagine. It is creating comfort for itself. Every time it walks past a surface it has marked, it receives a small, steady signal that says everything is fine here. You are part of that system. When your cat marks you, you become one of the central pillars of its calm. Not a piece of furniture. A pillar. There is a real difference worth feeling. Now let us talk about something that confuses a lot of people. Why do some cats immediately rub against complete strangers, while other cats never rub anyone except their one trusted person? If rubbing is about trust and safety, how does a cat justify pressing its face against someone it just met 2 minutes ago? This seems like a contradiction. But once you understand what is actually happening, it makes complete sense, and it is not contradictory at all. Cats that rub against strangers quickly are not throwing caution away. They are doing something more calculated than it looks. They are initiating a scent exchange. By rubbing against a new person, the cat is not declaring trust. It is beginning a process of information gathering. It deposits its own scent, while simultaneously reading the stranger through smell. It is less like a hug, and more like a handshake, with a quiet hidden agenda running beneath it. Cats that never rub anyone except their chosen person operate from a different internal framework. These cats tend to have a more selective and intense bonding style. For them, scent marking is not a casual social tool. It is reserved only for those who have passed a long and careful evaluation. When one of these cats finally rubs against you after months or years of waiting, the weight of that single moment is very real and absolutely not imagined at all. Think about what that means for a second. There are people who waited 2 years for their cat to rub against them. 2 years of proximity, of patience, of quietly showing up without demanding anything back. And then one morning, out of nowhere, that cat walked across the room and pressed its forehead against their hand. And they cried. Not because it was dramatic, because they understood in that moment that they had finally been let all the way in. Here is something you can actually observe in real time. A cat that feels confident and secure rubs more freely, more fully, with more body contact. It leans into you. It lingers. A cat that is anxious or unsettled may rub in shorter, quicker passes, less leaning, less lingering. The rub is still there, but it is thinner, more cautious. The gesture looks the same on the surface, but the volume has been quietly turned down several notches inside it. This is one of the ways rubbing behavior can serve as a quiet health and wellness signal if you know how to read it. A cat that has always been a big rubber and suddenly starts pulling back, rubbing less, or stopping mid-rub and walking away, that shift is worth noticing. It does not always mean something is wrong, but it means something has changed for that cat internally. And changes worth noticing are always worth a second, gentle look from you. A man named David noticed his cat of 14 years had started cutting the morning rub short. Just a quick pass instead of the long press against his chin it had always done. He almost dismissed it. But something made him take the cat to the vet. Early kidney disease. Caught in time. The cat lived 4 more years. David said later, "I had no idea I was learning to read him all those years. Turns out I was. And he was still trying to tell me things." Let us talk about something that does not get nearly enough attention. The timing of a rub. Not just the type, not just the body part your cat uses, but the specific moment your cat chooses to come to you. Because cats do not rub randomly. They choose their moments carefully. And when you start noticing exactly when your cat approaches you for contact, a surprisingly consistent pattern begins to emerge. One that says more than most people ever realize. Many cats rub most intensely during what behaviorists call threshold moments. These are transitions. You coming through the front door, you waking up, you sitting down after being on your feet, you finishing a phone call. Your cat is not just greeting you, it is recalibrating, re-establishing the scent connection after a period of separation or distraction, restoring the bond it needs in order to feel genuinely settled inside its own space again. Think about the morning rub specifically. If your cat comes to you within the first few minutes of waking, pressing its face against your hand before you have even fully opened your eyes, that is not about breakfast. Studies on cat attachment show that cats distinguish between their owner waking up and simply shifting during sleep. That rub at dawn is intentional. It is your cat saying, "You are back. I noticed you were somewhere else. Welcome back to me." A woman named Lynn described it like this: "Every single morning without fail, before I even reached for my phone, my cat was already there, face pressed against my cheek, just for a few seconds. I used to think it was habit. Now I understand it was something else entirely. It was her way of starting the day with us back together, confirmed, reconnected, like she needed to check that I was still hers before the day could actually begin for either of us." And the evening rub, when you finally sit down after a long day, carries its own meaning. By that point, your scent in the air has faded. Your cat has been navigating a space that slowly lost your freshest signature. When you go still and become approachable, your cat comes to refresh that connection, to bring the scent map back up to date. There is something in that which quietly asks to be recognized. Your cat waited for you. It always waits for you. Many of you have lost a cat at some point. And one of the things people describe missing most, more than they expect, is not the purring or the playfulness. It is the rubbing. That specific gesture of a warm body pressing against you with complete trust. A man named James said he still reaches down sometimes when he sits on the couch, out of pure habit, expecting a head against his hand. 4 years later, the body remembers what the mind knows is gone. The reason that loss feels so particular is because scent bonding runs deeper than most other forms of connection between species. When your cat rubbed against you every day, it was not just a behavior. It was a ritual of mutual recognition. I know you. You know me. We built something here. And when that stops, the absence is not only emotional, it is almost physical. Something that was always present in the texture of your daily life simply goes quiet. But here is what that grief also tells you. It tells you that the connection was real, not imagined, not projected, real in the biological, neurological, and emotional sense. Your cat chose you as its anchor point, its home base, the center of its scent world. And you felt that. You absorbed it without always knowing what to call it. That is one of the most honest and uncomplicated forms of being chosen that most of us will ever experience in our lives. Let us come back to the living cats now. Because there is something practical and genuinely useful in everything we have been building toward. Once you understand that your cat rubs you to mark you as safe, to re-establish connection at transitions, and to show its emotional state, you can begin responding in ways that deepen that bond, rather than accidentally interrupt it, or miss it entirely, without ever realizing what just quietly passed between you. Here is one simple thing you can start doing right now. When your cat comes to rub against you, resist the reflex to immediately reach out and grab it. Let the rub complete itself on the cat terms first. Let your cat press and drag and finish the gesture as intended. Then, after it completes its approach, respond with slow and gentle contact. That sequence, cat initiates, cat completes, then you respond. mirrors exactly how cats greet each other in nature. When you allow your cat to complete its rubbing gesture before responding, something shifts in the dynamic. Your cat registers that you are not interrupting, not redirecting, just receiving what it offers. Over days and weeks, that consistency teaches your cat something important. It teaches the cat that coming to you is safe, predictable, and worth repeating. The rubs start coming more often, and with noticeably more ease between you both every single day. This is not a trick. It is not a training technique in the conventional sense. It is something more basic. It is learning to speak a language your cat already uses fluently. And when you meet your cat in that language, even imperfectly, even just by pausing and being still when it approaches, your cat notices. Animals are extraordinarily sensitive to changes in the people they are bonded to. Your stillness communicates something real. It says, "I am here." Now let us talk about the mutual chemical exchange during contact, because this surprises people. When your cat rubs against you, it deposits its pheromones onto your skin and clothing. But the exchange does not only go one direction. Research on human-animal bonding has found that close physical contact between a person and their cat triggers oxytocin release in both the human and, measurably, in the cat as well during those quiet, shared moments of touch. Oxytocin is the same neurochemical involved in human bonding between parents and children, between close friends, between partners. When your cat presses its face against you, and you respond with calm, gentle contact, both of your bodies release this compound. You are not just exchanging scent. You are exchanging a signal that your nervous systems read as safety, as belonging, as connection. The biology of that moment is far more profound than it appears. And here is something worth sitting with if you have ever felt slightly embarrassed about how much your cat means to you. The bond you feel is not sentimental excess. It is neurologically grounded. Your brain responds to your cat the way it responds to other beings it loves. The oxytocin, the lowered cortisol, the genuine comfort that comes from that warm body pressing against you, all of that is real, measured, documented. You are not imagining any of it. Cats that rub against their owners regularly show lower baseline stress markers than cats with limited contact with their people. This has been observed in shelter settings, in multi-cat households, and in single-cat homes. Cats with access to a trusted human they can rub against show more stable behavior, better immune function, and longer lifespans on average. The rub is not just communication. It is also a form of medicine, quiet and steady and real. Now I want to address something that comes up when people start learning about cat behavior at this level. Some feel a kind of guilt. They think about all the times their cat came to them and they were distracted, hurried, or gently pushed it away because they were busy. They wonder if those missed moments added up to something, if their cat felt rejected. That guilt is completely understandable. But here is what you actually need to know about it now. Cats do not keep score the way that fear implies. They do not carry accumulated grievance from missed moments. What your cat responds to is the pattern over time, not the individual instance. One distracted morning does not undo months of morning rubs. What matters is the overall reliability of your presence, the general truth that when it comes to you, you are usually available. That is the foundation. And most people watching this have already built it. There is also something worth knowing about cats that seem to rub less in general. Some cats are simply lower contact by nature. Genetics, early socialization, and temperament all shape how physically expressive a cat will be throughout its life. A cat that rarely rubs is not necessarily less bonded or trusting. It may simply express attachment differently, through proximity, through following, through the slow blink from across a quiet and still space. We are now more than halfway through everything we are covering today, and I want to check in for just a moment. Because the things we have been talking about, the scent language, the threshold moments, the chemistry of contact, these are not just interesting facts. They are a lens, a new way of watching the animal you already share your life with. And once you have this lens, you cannot really put it down. You start seeing things you missed before. Let us talk about multi-cat households, because the rubbing dynamic changes when more than one cat is involved. You will often notice cats rubbing against each other, as well as against you. This behavior between cats is called allo-rubbing. A woman named Patricia, who has 3 cats, described it perfectly. They rub each other and then they come rub me, like they are all signing the same document. She was closer to the truth than she knew at the time. When cats in a multi-cat home rub against each other and then rub against you, they are folding you into the group scent profile. You become part of the shared identity of that household in a chemical sense. This is why, in homes where cats get along well, the humans often report that the cats take turns rubbing against them in a way that feels almost coordinated. Because in a sense it is. The scent maintenance is a shared project that includes you fully. Here is something that surprises people in multi-cat homes. When 2 cats do not get along, they often avoid allo-rubbing entirely. They keep their scent signatures separate, almost deliberately. And if one of those cats rubs against you extensively, while the other does not, it can create a scent-based social tension. The cat that avoids rubbing you may be communicating something about the hierarchy it perceives between you and the other cat in the space. This is one reason behaviorists recommend that owners in multi-cat households give each cat separate contact time. Not just for the emotional benefit, but because it allows each cat to maintain its scent relationship with you without competing for access. A cat that feels it must share its person while another is present will sometimes simply opt out of contact entirely, rather than engage in that uncomfortable and uncertain competition for your attention. Now let us talk about older cats. If you are in your 40s or beyond, there is a real chance you have a cat that has grown old alongside you. 10 years, 12, 15. And there is something that happens in those senior years that people often misread as distance. Margaret, who had her cat for 17 years, said, "She stopped coming to me the way she used to. I thought she was pulling away. She was not. She was simply waiting for me to come closer." Senior cats often have joint discomfort, reduced mobility, or lower sensory acuity that makes initiating contact more effortful. When an older cat stops coming to you for rubs the way it once did, the instinct to take that personally is very human. But what is actually happening in most cases is that your cat still wants the connection just as much. It simply needs you to come a little closer and reduce the distance it has to cross to reach you each time. There is something profound in that shift if you sit with it. You have spent years being the one approached, the one marked, the one included. And now, as your cat ages, the roles quietly reverse. It becomes your turn to come closer, to lower yourself to their level, to bring the contact to them, instead of waiting for them to cross the distance to reach you. Cats that receive adjusted attention in their senior years show measurably better quality of life. Robert had a 19-year-old cat in her final months. He started sitting on the floor next to her bed every evening instead of waiting for her to come to him. He would just place his hand near her face and let her rub if she wanted to. She always did. He said, "Those floor sessions became the most important 20 minutes of my day. I did not know that lowering myself down to her level was the last language we would share, but it was, and I am grateful." What that story holds is something most of us over 40 understand deeply. The relationships that matter most are the ones where you learn to meet each other where you are, not where you used to be. Your cat taught you that without a word. It pressed its face against you for years, and when it could no longer cross the room, it waited. It trusted you to notice. The ones who noticed and came down to the floor, those are the ones who carry no regrets. That bidirectional quality of the rub is what makes it different from most other forms of animal communication. It is not just your cat broadcasting. It is your cat in dialogue, updating its information, confirming what it knows, reassuring itself that the person it has chosen is still there, still recognizable, still the same anchor it built its world around. Every rub is a small act of verification, and you are the thing being verified as real, as home. Now we are entering the final stretch, and before we go into the last set of ideas I want to cover, I want to acknowledge something. If you are still here watching, It means something about you. It means you are the kind of person who does not just live with a cat. You want to understand it. You want to show up for it in a way that is actually informed by what the animal needs, not just by what feels convenient to you in any given moment of the day. And if you are still here with me at this point in the video, I want to genuinely invite you to subscribe to this channel and join us every single day. Because this is exactly what we do here. We go beneath the surface of what most people assume about the animals they love. We look at the science, the behavior, the quiet language that gets missed when life moves too fast. If that matters to you, hit subscribe. We would really love to have you with us. Because here is the truth. There is a cat, somewhere near you right now, that has been trying to tell you things in the only language it has. And now you have more of that language than you did an hour ago. That changes what today looks like. It changes what tonight looks like when your cat walks across the room toward you. So do not leave. There is still more to understand. And the next part is where everything we have been building finally comes together. So let us go into the final ideas with that in mind. One thing we have not talked about yet is what the rub communicates when your cat does it to an object immediately before approaching you. This sequence, object first, then you, is not random. When your cat rubs a door frame or furniture and then comes to rub against you, it is performing a kind of ceremonial reintroduction of its scent world before making any direct contact with you personally. Think of it as your cat doing a final check before approaching. It refreshes its own scent on a familiar surface, confirms the environment is intact, and then brings that confirmed sense of safety into the contact with you. It is a small ritual of preparation. Cats that perform this sequence tend to have a particularly strong need for environmental consistency and scent-based predictability as a foundation for feeling genuinely secure in their daily life. There is also a version of the rub that functions like a reset button. When there is a loud argument or sudden noise or disruption, some cats immediately go and rub against a familiar surface or a familiar person right after the event. They are not oblivious to the tension. They felt it. And the rubbing is how they re-anchor themselves after something that destabilized their sense of safety and temporarily unsettled their entire known and trusted world. Cats are far more emotionally attuned to the humans they live with than most people realize or fully credit. They read your body language, your vocal tone, your movement patterns, your breathing rate. They notice when you are different. And when you are different in a way that registers as unsafe or unpredictable, they use their most available tool for restoring order. They rub. They mark. They rebuild the scent landscape of calm one surface at a time. This is something worth carrying forward after today. The next time your cat rubs against you right after something stressful has happened in your home, recognize it for what it is. Your cat is not ignoring what happened. It is responding to it in the only language it has available. It is doing something active and intentional to restore its own sense of safety. And in doing so, it is also, without knowing it in any human sense, offering you something too. Here is what research on human-animal interaction has shown again and again. The act of receiving your cat rubbing against you, of being still and present for that moment of contact, lowers your own cortisol measurably. Your blood pressure drops slightly. Your breathing slows. The same act your cat uses to regulate its nervous system is simultaneously regulating yours. You are calming each other, without a single word being exchanged between you at all. We are almost at the end now. And I want to spend the final section bringing everything we have covered today back to one central idea. Because underneath all of the science and the behavior research and the specific types of rubs we have walked through, there is something simpler and more important than all of it. Something most people feel, but rarely have the language for. And it is time to name it directly before we finish this conversation together. Here's the central idea. Your cat lives in a world built almost entirely out of scent. And in that world, the highest honor it can give to any living being is to include them in its scent map, to press its face against them and leave something of itself behind, to return day after day and do it again. Not because it has to, not because it was trained to, but because that being has become in the deepest biological sense it possesses, irreplaceable. You are irreplaceable to your cat, not interchangeable, not replaceable by whoever feeds it next. Irreplaceable. Because the scent map your cat has built around you took years to construct. It is layered with thousands of individual moments of contact. Each morning rub, each evening greeting, each time you sat still long enough for your cat to press its forehead against you and breathe you in. All of that is stored. All of that matters. All of that is you. And here's what I want to leave you with, before the final words. Most people go through their entire lives with a cat and never fully grasp what is happening in those quiet, ordinary moments of contact. They feel something. They know it means something. But they never have the language for it. Today you have some of that language. And language, when it names something true, does not just inform you. It changes the way you see. Every single day after this, the next time your cat walks up to you and presses its cheek against your hand, you will know what it is doing. It is writing your name into its world in the only alphabet it has. It is filing you under safety, under home, under the category of beings it has chosen to carry with it through the days of its life. That is not a small thing. That has never been a small thing. You just did not have the words for it until right now in this moment today. And that cat, the one sleeping somewhere near you right now, or the one that passed and left a silence in your house that still surprises you sometimes. That cat knew something about you that you may not have fully known about yourself. It knew you were safe. It decided that early, in the particular and unambiguous way animals decide things, without second guessing, without conditions. You were chosen, quietly, completely. That was always enough for it. Before we close, I want to ask you to do something. Share this video with 5 people who have cats in their lives. Not because the numbers matter, but because there is someone in your circle who is living with an animal they love and still wondering, in the back of their mind, whether that love is real or returned. This video is the answer to that question. Give them the answer. It costs you nothing, and it might mean more to them than you expect it to. And subscribe to this channel if you have not already. We put out content like this every day, content that takes the relationship between people and their cats seriously, that goes into the real science without losing the human warmth of what it all means at the end. There are people here who understand exactly what it means to love a cat deeply and want to do right by it. This is the right place for you if that is who you are. We are glad you found us. Now I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me something honest. Tell me about a moment when your cat rubbed against you and you felt, even without understanding why, that it meant something real. Or tell me what surprised you most in everything we covered today. The comments on this channel are some of the most genuine conversations I have ever been part of. Your story belongs there. Do not just watch. Say something. It matters here. And while you are down there, tell me what you want us to cover next. Is there a behavior your cat does that you have never fully understood? A question about cat communication, cat health, the way cats grieve, the way they dream, the way they choose the people they trust? Leave it in the comments. We read every single one. The next video might be built entirely around what you write today. This channel grows from your curiosity. Keep bringing it to us. Your cat pressed its face against you and left something invisible behind. A signature, a declaration, a quiet ancient claim that said, "You are mine and I am yours, and this is the world we have built together." You felt it then even if you could not name it. You can name it now. Go home to your cat. Be still when it comes to you. Let it finish what it started. And know, without any doubt, that what happens in that moment has always been entirely real.